Hey guys, today we're drawing the life of a deformed monster. He's named Big Charlie. The Big Charlie is a four-legged creature. He looks like some deformed, malnourished cattle. His body is heavily malnourished, with his rib cage seen through the skin. His legs disproportionately lengthy, so he stands higher than any normal cattle. He's around 20 to 30 feet tall. The whole body is covered with rusty, tight skin. There's no tail seen. Big Charlie's face is not like an animal. It looks like a bird's face. The face has a beak on it. His eyes are bluish, clouded eyes, like cataract eyes. This creates a misconception that he's blind, but he's not. The Big Charlie has a thick mane running throughout his back. He walks with trembling legs, which indicates that his body weight is too much to handle for his legs. Big Charlie came into the news when he was first spotted on December 17th in 2018. It was nighttime, and he was seen walking across a road. From the first picture, he was not even sure if the monster is an animal or a humanoid monster. Then the second appearance came on January 21st of 2019. Now, this time a clear picture was released. Everyone could see his shape and structure. In this picture, he was moving along with a group of animals, probably deers. So we understood that he's docile toward animals. He was not attacking them. In fact, he was getting along with them. Now the question is, will he attack humans? If yes, how and why? For a final time, the Big Charlie was spotted in September 2019. This time he was turning to the side, looking at the person who took his picture. And the photographer is still alive. He described the whole situation. The person told that the monster made no attempt to attack him. He looked at the camera and the person, and he walked away into darkness. He's not looking out for humans to eat or kill. He's not interested in any confrontation. Big Charlie is just hiding himself. He just wants to be out there causing no disturbance to anyone. This is how the stories went on thereafter. Most of these assumptions are considered believable by researchers. From the pictures and area study, further theories were developed about his origin. The most famous one that Big Charlie is a malformed byproduct of an industrial experiment. A meat-producing company, which was found nearby the first sighting of Big Charlie, was recently closed down. The reason was they were doing illegal experiments in their food processing unit. They're a bacon-producing company for good quality bacon, which has a unique taste of cattle and chicken mixed. The company decided to do some experiments to make hybrid animals. Cattle's and hen's genes will be fused to make this animal, which cannot survive as such on Earth. And soon as it grows meat on his body, the creature will die, and the meat can be used by the company. Big Charlie is one of the hybrids they created, which went a little out of hand. This one had walking and thinking ability like a normal animal. Thus, he escaped from the unit. For sure, he is not capable of surviving in the wild. However, he was thinking enough to understand that he was going to be killed. So he walked out and kept on hiding in places. He walked around only at nights. If he sees any human, The Big Charlie will watch for a second and see if the human is trying to approach him or not. If not, he'll walk away normally. No human has tried to go near him till now. The researchers strongly say that if anyone tries to approach him, he will surely have some defense mechanism which he'll use to harm the human and escape. The details of this theory were confirmed when the areas were studied where the monster was spotted. The creature has used some interior spaces to lie down or take rest. In those areas, big chunks of meat were there, and they could find a trail of meat pieces in the ways he walked. The experiment on him had really gone bad, and he has excessive growth of meat in his body. The more they grow, the older chunks are dropped off from the body. These meat samples are taken to the lab. A lot of experiments are going on in those. Further studies on this may reveal clues on his defense mechanism and future. It still remains a mystery regarding the Big Charlie's food consumption. There are no collected evidences about him eating anything. He does not consume animals or humans. Even though there's no evidence, the most acceptable conclusion is that Big Charlie is a herbivore, because cattle and hen are herbivore beings. Maybe that property is directly inherited for Big Charlie as well. From the investigations done on the meat processing laboratory, it's confirmed that other similar outbreaks had happened before. The company authorities simply didn't bother about those creatures who ran off, because they know, for a fact, that these creatures will not come back to them, and the creatures will only want to hide themselves, so they didn't think it would be of any use to utilize any of their resources to find a few creatures which ran away from their lab. This leads to the scary fact that there are many other deformed beings roaming in public. Anytime they can come out. They might not be similar to the Big Charlie, who is harmless for humans. There can be other creatures who might have turned out to be a real monster. Maybe they're eating a human right now, somewhere else. We can only be sure when they come in front of us.